Well, hello, and welcome to the Vitafoods Insights Virtual Expo Asia. I'm Heather Granado, Vice President of Content, and I'm pleased that you're joining us for this opportunity to network, knowledge share, and build community. Our next session is Asia Functional Food Market, the link to prevention and self-care, presented by Nandini Roy Choudhury. Nandini heads the food and beverage domain at Future Market Insights. In her stint at FMI, she has authored more than 250 market research reports and supervised an additional 500 syndicated market research reports, helping multinational companies in their strategy planning and business intelligence needs. I'll note that we should have time at the end of the session for a short Q&A, so do feel free to use the chat feature to send in your questions during the presentation, and we'll hope to get some of those answered before we wrap up. Also, we've had some challenges with the live streaming platform today. So if you experience any issues, refresh the page and the live feed should be back online. But all of our sessions will be available on demand as quickly as possible. So Nandini, I'll turn things over to you.
Well, thank you, Heather, and good morning to all of you. As Heather said, I am working with Future Market Insights for a long time now, and my topic for the title today is Asia Functional Food Ingredients Market, a link between functional food, disease mitigation, and self-care. Magazine articles and news reports tout the benefits of functional food, which they claim can do everything from reducing cholesterol to preventing cancer. At the grocery stores, you'll find plenty of food and beverages with similar health benefits advertised on their packaging. But what is a functional food exactly? Now, functional foods are those food and food components which provide health and wellness benefits. Moreover, benefits of functional foods are way beyond the fundamental nutrition and are associated with lowering the risk of specific disease and improving health condition. So the definition is pretty self-explanatory, right? But then when we did a certain research, we found out certain terms such as pharma foods, designer foods, vita foods, medi foods, etc. And out of confusion, when we asked the manufacturers regarding such long terms, they said that these are just the concepts and around which they produce a product and sell their product. So then when we researched about the products for functional foods, we found again the terms such as enriched products, altered products, enhanced products, and so on. So clearly, Asia, being the pioneer in introducing the concept, hasn't been able to clearly define and distinguish functional foods. Now, if we go by the definition of what functional food means in each and every country of Asia, it's like, for example, in China, it is called as health food, which is regulated by State Food and Drug Administration. And it defines health food as any food that should be suitable for specific groups, should adjust to the body functions, and should not cause any chronic harm. In India, it is largely called as foods for specific dietary use. It is regulated by Food Safety and Standards Act, and they consider any extract or whole products from plants, botanicals, any product fortified by mineral vitamins. They consider it as a functional food. And the similar trend is for Japan, where they call functional food as a food for specific health use. Now, you can see that when we move towards the southern part of the map, we can see that claims, nutrition facts, labels, and list of ingredients is more important for customers rather than any brand or product falling under a concept of functional food or health food or fortified food. Currently, there is no legal definition for functional food, and this leaves Asian consumers and consumers around the world to evaluate the claim on their own. And most of the consumers have come to a conclusion that focusing on nutrition fact label and list of ingredients can help you determine if a food is a healthy choice or not. In order to understand what should be done in this region, we need to understand the new Asian consumer. So moving on, we can see that around the world, around 55% of incremental food spend is estimated to be actively driven by consumer conscious behavior. The chart in the screen basically shows the Asia total food spend by the contribution of consumer behavior driven market and macroeconomic driven market. So, macroeconomic trends such as increasing population, ongoing food inflation are driving Asia food consumption pattern. And these factors will account for $2 trillion economy for the total Asian increment opportunity of $4.4 trillion by 2030. Asian shoppers' preferences, such as the concept of health and quality, can diverge widely across market. Taste and price are just the gatekeepers and no longer differentiate the winners from the rest of the pack. Consumer surveys showed marked differences in their willingness to pay for health. Shoppers in the markets, particularly in Singapore and Japan, are considerably less committed to paying a premium than consumers in China. And the reason for that is because consumers in China, Japan, Singapore, they have the highest quality food quality products and safety standards, and consumers have trust in their reinforcements. Differences in willingness to pay between territories could also be due to other plethora of factors, such as heightened food safety concerns or lack of understanding about the composition or importance of health diet. Catering to this large, diverse, and dynamic market requires an intimate understanding of common regional trends and local nuances. Well, there is no question that taste and price are the fundamental drivers in Asian consumer decision making. Without right taste profile and right price, brands have little chance to get onto the radar of consumers in this highly competitive region. So, if we just talk about a very, very important factor, which is discussed quite thoroughly, is the rise in disposable income in the Asia Pacific region and its large impact on the market. Now, Asian consumers have greater disposable income, but they also have more careful about how they are going to spend it. It is risky to assume that newly affluent shoppers will simply pile their baskets with high end and expensive produce. Our regional survey indicated that consumers across every market ranked value for money above cheapest option available as the purchasing criteria, as we can see in the graph in the screen. So, truly appeal to Asian new sophisticated consumers, investors, and agri food businesses will need to contact the right combination of values, such as health and ingredient, nutrition, and safety for each and every market. Now, taste and price will always remain the most fundamental drivers of choice. Without these, all other factors are redundant. However, as competition heats up in Asia's lucrative food market, a focus on price and taste alone is far from enough. Brands and investors will need to drill deep into the different ways Asia's heterogeneous market are exhibiting these six key food trends as we are outlining in the next chapter. The key six food trends will be the prime timers, fiber in the new protein, naturally functional, checking the sources, health is wealth, and functional fill-ins. Now, discussing the very first trend, health is wealth. Now, consumers are increasingly conscious about the nutritional content of their food, with China topping our poll of Asian consumers who check nutrition content on food more frequently than they did 3 years ago. Now, companies that merely package their products as healthy to a general Asian audience are unlikely to gain traction. Consumers' interpretation of health differs widely across the region, where diverse culture and socio-economic conditions give rise to a spectrum of health diet and lifestyle choices. Not surprisingly, many of the consumers we surveyed across Asia are in favor of a healthier lifestyle involving a balanced diet and regular exercise. However, they also reveal some interesting insights about what aspects of health they value more than others, and that differs country by country. So, like for example, in Japan, they want a well balanced diet. Consumers are focused on balancing diet proportionately across the food groups. Price sensitive consumers do not mind consuming processed food or frozen fruit and vegetables, as well as nutrition values such as high fiber cereals. Well, for the China, a well balanced diet with premium ingredients is preferred. Consumers are largely still in that trade up phase where they are willing to pay more for better quality food across the five food groups, but they also want to have a well balanced diet. In Malaysia and in Thailand, they are reducing their sugar intake, and their key focus is the low sugar content. Consumers are keen to indulge less by reducing sugar in their diets in Thailand, and consumers are also keen to cut out fatty food in Malaysia. When talking about Singapore and Indonesia, eating to stay fit in Singapore and focusing on nutrition is the key challenge. Consumers are largely focused on quality of ingredients and their nutritional value. And with the fourth highest burden of acute malfunction and malnutrition in the world, Indonesians are more open to reformulated food that offers high nutrition content without compromising on the taste. Moving on is the naturally functional trend. Now, of all the mega trends out there, naturally functional continues to be the queen of all trends. Consumers are likely to prefer a functional product that boasts a functional component that has been derived from a natural source rather than one that has been made from the artificial sources. Asian market for natural healthy products has grown from 6.9% from 2015 to 2022, and the organic market trend has risen to 5.4%. However, there is a key trend to note here that fortified or functional food has grown minimally by only 3 by 3%, as consumers are seeking natural ingredients over added benefits. Now, this means that natural based functional food market will now be worth the double, and which will be around $4 billion. And when we asked which factors are affecting the buying behavior of consumers, they clearly said that natural is equals to real is equals to recognizable ingredients. 44% cited chemicals in foods as most important food safety issue, while 39% noted artificial flavors are the issue. Now, moving on, let's discuss how snack products can bridge the gap between nutrition and indulgence. So, what's the go to nosh for consumers craving a snack? Salty, savory, sweet, or spicy? How much are health considerations taken into account when selecting a snack? It turns out that more respondents around the region care about the absence of ingredients than the addition of them. Consumers want snacks to stick to the basics. Environmentally conscious consumers believe it is very important that snacks include ingredients that are sourced sustainably, are organic, and use local herbs. Meanwhile, for around 39% of the consumers think portion control is a very important factor. Now, this means snack brands need to work more on the packaging side of it. The top categories for the snack that has been purchased by various generations are functional candy and chocolates for the millennials. For Generation X, it is coffee and cookies, brownies. And for the baby boomers, it is cheese and cheese alternatives. And the key vendor strategies which can be adapted is that the product should be less processed and the ingredients which are used to make confectionery should look and taste like a normal food, and there should be a portable meal alternative snack. Our next trend is an upcoming important trend. Fiber is the new protein. Fiber has been around the market for a very long time. Fibers has the best reputation and is one of the most sought after among healthy ingredients. And big food brands are now committed to launch new high fiber products. Fibers are topping health perceptions of whole grain, plant proteins, probiotics, and omega 3 fatty acids. And it should not come to any surprise, then the survey also revealed that fiber is the most sought after ingredient, with more than half of the respondents saying that they are trying to consume more of it. When it comes to sales, 59% of the global respondents rate food that are high in fiber as important and very important. And about 50% seek foods that are high in protein. 47 say that the food should be a whole grain or are fortified with calcium, vitamins, or minerals to fulfill their nutrition needs. Consumers are learning more about the role of these microbiome, ensuring their overall health and well-being. Now, here the key strategy for vendors can be introduction of products which are rich in fiber, protein, fruits, functional vegetables, in order to both lose and maintain well. And it is very important to have a clear and easy understanding of nutrition labeling. Now, moving on to our next important trend, the prime timers. Ironically, use of functional food and beverages decline with age. Although when they do use them, older consumers tend to consume them more regularly. Older adults also are the least likely to believe in phytochemicals or to use fortified foods. They are the heaviest users of dietary supplements. Seniors are twice as likely as the rest of the population to consume omega 3, vitamin E, and calcium, and they are heavy users of vitamin C, B12, and B complex, and of herbal and antioxidants. Now, when we asked which health benefit prime timers are trying to achieve through functional food, 56% of the prime timers cited to address a specific health concern is the top reason to buy a functional food, followed by to supplement my diet. Lowering cholesterol is the top benefit they would like in a functional food, cited by 78% of the respondents. Other desired benefits include immunity, digestion, and lower blood pressure, maintaining a healthy weight and promoting healthy blood sugar levels. As baby boomers confront a greater risk of heart attack and stroke, ingredients such as cocoa flavonols will increase circulation and prevent dangerous clots, will find a receptive audience. Last but not the least, for the key ingredient trends in the market, is the Asian consumers and governments have been putting pressure on agri-food companies to be more accountable and transparent about the food sources and improve safety checks. Over 40% of the Asian consumers are likely to trace their food sources due to safety concerns going forward. 81% of the Chinese respondents indicated that they trace food sources over the next 12 years. Now, in response, more firms are leveraging technology to provide safe and traceable food solutions. Investments will need to be made into the traceability and authentication of food through digitization and serialization for the brands to build up trust and credibility with consumers. Now, few of the good examples where the businesses have capitalizing on food traceability trends are New Zealand dairy giant Fonterra has adopted a cloud-based strategy to improve its food safety and quality operation. It is also using X-ray technology to enhance traceability. Another firm, Australian firm Two Hands, has developed a tamper evident smart tag to authenticate products. It also offers a platform for food providers to directly interact with the end customers. Now, this shift implies that the businesses will have to work even harder to earn the trust of the consumers using various different formats in the future. They will need to improve the integrity and transparency of their supply chain to address persistent safety concerns, whilst at the same time find the most appealing combination of attributes such as taste plus traceability and health solution to retain brand loyalty in the markets. Now, quickly discussing few of the prominent challenges of the market, the very prominent one having a 65% ratio in the market is the regulation and labeling, not having proper guideline of what we call as functional food or what comes under natural. It is still a very complex process to translate scientific advances, nutritional benefits, and innovations to the consumers through a simplified product. So, the policymakers, the government, the brands, manufacturers, everybody will have to focus towards this some point or the other. The next prominent challenge is the product development, how the product is going to be visible in the market. It is very important to identify relationship between food component and health benefit. The future success of functional food relies on establishing a sound scientific basis for the relationship between functional food and claimed health benefits. So it is very important that the claim, the introduction of the brand and the product is very, very clear in the consumer's mind. And of course, other two factors which are prominent are the sourcing of the raw materials. The consumers, they want localized ingredients, they want to check and track the source of the raw materials, they want to actually know if the brand claims it to be natural or organic, so if they're actually not natural or organic or not, and how they are defining the product. And the sustainability and lowering the carbon footprint is into a discussion among the key brands of the market, of course. And these are the challenges that each and every company and brand has to focus upon. Now, after discussing the challenges, I want to discuss more about the statistics of the market, the opportunities in the food and ingredients market. So the top three countries for functional food ingredients market are Japan, China, and India. Japan is currently home to the third largest health food market in the world and first in Asia Pacific region. In recent years, Japanese manufacturers in the functional food ingredient market have been trying to make their products more nutritious, following the ongoing high protein trend in food and beverages industry. Consumers' awareness in the country regarding anti-aging, weight management, and other health issues by consuming naturally sourced protein is enabling many producers to offer protein fortified products with health benefits in the market. This trend has been an extensive driver for the growth of functional food ingredients in Japan. Talking about the specific ingredients which are getting traction in the market, omega 3 fatty acids and probiotics are currently dominating the functional food ingredients in Asia Pacific. Key functional food manufacturers are focusing on introducing omega 3 ingredient and blends, primarily for certain food applications such as dairy, breakfast cereals, um, confectionery, and other products. Increasing demand for clean label and natural ingredients and vegetarian products is pushing the demand of carotenoids and probiotics as well. Now, to summarize, I would say a successful investment strategy involves filtering real opportunities from the flurry of trends. Now, there are a lot many products in the market. However, looking into the trends, the key products and health benefits which forecast to lead the growth rates are the top product in the market right now would be the beverages. So, beverages are forecast to be the fastest growing segment and are estimated to hold the largest share, around 56% in 2022. Two key drivers are consumer preferences for the convenience and versatility of the beverage, and the relative ease of creating taste products and innovative packaging. And both the aspects generally are very much difficult in case of the food counterpart. Top health benefit in the market, which will gain traction in the near future, will be the energy claim. Energy drinks are expected to remain popular because consumers are quickly feel the benefit of the product, in particular certain kinds of energy drinks and isotonics are cited as the growth niches. So it's important for the manufacturers and the brands to understand that any product which is having a feel the benefit factor will gain traction, particularly for the sports or energy beverages brands. These brands are attempting to find their right footing in the market without being associated with soft drinks with negative health associations, or of excess sugar consumption, including obesity and diabetes. They are also avoiding being grouped with energy beverages, which are under intense scrutiny for posing a health threat for high level of caffeine. Products such as nutrition bar used by athletes and sports enthusiasts are rapidly evolving from dessert-like sweet food with added nutrients to more inherently nutritious product, including savory flavor combination as well. Um, Other top food categories which can exceed in the near future is the soft drink and dairy category. The soft drink category includes sport drinks, enhanced water, and other low sugar beverages. As I said, functional dairy brands such as Danone are seen to be growing because their emphasis on feel the benefit claim and also the convenience and the good taste. Now, key marketing level strategies would be, as I said, that there should be a feel good factor, there should be ease to feel effect with an innovative packaging which can clearly differentiate between an economy range of product and a premium pricing. Introduction of innovative and clean label packaging is must. The the claim and the nutrition benefits should clearly come along. And a very important part that we analyzed is that product labeling with a daily dose claim. It will contribute to a significant premium over regular products. So, at the end, I would like to conclude and say that to meet a 2.4 trillion consumer driven food spend over the next decade, investors and brands will need to diverse target strategies informed by the insights about Asia's heterogeneous market and fast changing food palette. There is no doubt that COVID 19 has accelerated these trends, especially those driving the digital adoption and need for convenience. That said, the uncertainty of the pandemic rages on. Countries are still tackling ongoing economic activities, restrictions, local lockdowns, while the global market outlook looks mixed due to the uneven pace of the recovery, specifically Asia Pacific, countries like China. Businesses that use this trend of transformation to reshape their business models and accelerate change will emerge stronger and with the pandemic, and who and all the brands who are investing in creating in these kinds of trends will be rewarded and rewarding treat with them. Thank you very much, and I think the platform is open for any kind of questions that we have.
Well, thank you so much, Nandini. Really fascinating presentation. We're almost at our time. I think we can fit in one quick question, though. How do consumers across Asia perceive the quality of foreign ingredients and functional foods when compared to local sourcing?
To be honest, when it comes to a premium product, they blindly trust the brands. So it is very much important if the product is premium plus the brand is big. However, when it comes to the local product, local brands, they want to know if the product is organic or natural or where it is sourced from. So, yes, there is a kind of hypocrisy there, but that is what the trend is. Yeah,
You know what the consumer says is generally right, so we're going to go with that
correct.
as the
Yeah.
takeaway. Well, certainly do appreciate your time, Nandini, for joining us today, and great insights to share with our VitaFoods community. We have lots of great content coming up, so please do stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Thank you all.